on page 3. We usually do this chant in April and for special occasions. So follow along with however you feel comfortable. Um, Usually it's all chanted, and then when we get to Amitabha Buddha, and then it's you chant along homage to Amitabha Buddha. And after the morning bell chant, we will have a noble silence until the end of service. Vowing that the sound of this bell pervades the universal Dharma realm, bringing luminous white light to the black iron perimeter of hell, removing in an instant the suffering caused by the 3 evil ways. A mountain of swords is destroyed, and all sentient beings enter enlightenment together. Homage to the Master Teacher, Vairocana Buddha, compassionate Lord of the Lotus-born universe, expounding the treasured verses of the sacred golden texts contained within precious cases written on jade scrolls. Each dust mote interpenetrates and the universe becomes one. Every realm is united with all other worlds. The truth is contained in the 1,095,048 words of the utmost vehicle's consummate teaching. Homage to the Avitamsaka Sutra, expounded by the Buddha. To understand the Buddhas of endless time, just penetrate this phrase. Everything is created by mind alone. The mantra of shattering hell. Namu Ata Shijinam, Samyak Samota Chichinam, Om Baba Jiri Jiri Hum. Namota Sijinam, Samyak Samota Chijinam, Om Ajababa Shiri Jiri Hum. Namo Ata Shijinam, Samyak Samota Chijinam, Om Ajana Baba Shiri Jiri Hum. Vowing now for the rest of my life not to give rise to extraneous thoughts, following only Amitabha Buddha. Thought after thought will constantly merge with the rays of his jade-like brilliance, each instant never leaving the qualities of his golden form. Holding a mala and bearing witness to the universal Dharma realm, empty space is but a thread leaving nothing unconnected. There is nowhere that Vairocana Buddha is not present equally. Through contemplation, seek Amitabha of the Western Shore. Homage to the great teaching master, Lord of the Western Shore, the Buddha, the Tathagata of infinite light. Homage to Amitabha Buddha. The land of ultimate bliss has 10 kinds of adornment. Homage to Amitabha Buddha. It is adorned with Dharmakara's vows, his cultivation cause. Homage to Amitabha Buddha. Adorned with the power of Amitabha's 48 vows. Homage to Amitabha Buddha. Adorned with Amitabha's name and the brilliance of his life force. Homage to Amitabha Buddha. Adorned with bejeweled images observed by the three Mahasattvas. Homage to Amitabha Buddha. Adorned with peaceful bliss of Amitabha's Western world. Homage to Amitabha Buddha. Adorned with bejeweled rivers running with pure and meritorious waters. Homage to Amitabha Buddha. Adorned with bejeweled basilicas with halls of wish-fulfilling jewels. Homage to Amitabha Buddha. Adorned with lengthy days and nights. Homage to Amitabha Buddha. Adorned with the Pure Land's 24 kinds of pleasures. Homage to Amitabha Buddha. Adorned with the 30 kinds of beneficial merit. Homage to Amitabha Buddha. Amitabha Buddha, who is unparalleled in heaven or on earth. Homage to Amitabha Buddha. There is also unmatched throughout the worlds of the 10 directions. Homage to Amitabha Buddha. He has seen the annihilation of self and everything in the world. Homage to Amitabha Buddha. There is no one who is like Amitabha Buddha. Homage to Amitabha Buddha. He can keep track of thoughts as numerous as all the dust motes in the universe. Homage to Amitabha Buddha. He can quaff all the waters in the universe. Homage to Amitabha Buddha. He can control the wind that fills space. Homage to Amitabha Buddha. No one can completely describe that Buddha's merits. Homage to Amitabha Buddha. Amitabha Buddha is omnipresent. Homage to Amitabha Buddha. Keep your thoughts on him and never forget. As thoughts probe that place of no thought, the 6 sense gates will constantly emanate light of purple and gold. Homage to Amitabha Buddha. Amitabha's face, like the full moon, is at the front of the hall of ultimate bliss. Homage to Amitabha Buddha. His jade excrescence and his gold form radiate through space. Homage to Amitabha Buddha. If a person call his name for only a moment, they will instantly consummate immeasurable merit. Homage to Amitabha Buddha. Along with all sentient beings, I vow to enter the sea of Amitabha's great vow and to ferry across sentient beings so that I and others may simultaneously complete the path to Buddhahood. The sublime mantra of the original mind of Amitabha Buddha. Tanyata Om Aritara Savaha. 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 Tanyata Aritara Savaha.
And now is the time for our incense offering. So if the incense lighters would come up, and if you would go to your ritual and practice, and we'll read this incense offering together. And we say together, in gratitude, we offer this incense throughout space and time to all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. May it be fragrant as earth herself, reflecting careful efforts, wholehearted awareness, and the fruit of understanding, slowly ripening. May we and all beings be companions of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. May we awaken from forgetfulness and realize our true home. And we bow. Good morning, Sangha.
Good morning.
Some familiar faces and some new faces. So for those of you who don't know me, I'm Yong. I'm Senior Teacher Emeritus and your lineage holder. I'm visiting from Sacramento, California. And the main point of the visit, I'm visiting friends and hopefully some grandchildren. And we're ordaining Kunga Nima next week as a monk. So, yes. So, courtesy announcements. Please don't walk in front of the dais during the service. There's bathrooms upstairs here out in the lobby, and there's one downstairs. If you need to take a break for some reason with children, or if you just need one downstairs, there's the bathrooms and a place for that. With that, let's stand and greet each other silently. All right, now we'll turn to page. What page are we turning to, Ananda? You've got it.
7.
This is the down.
Page 7.
7. Right. This is the down. I go for refuge to Buddha, my deeply awakened mind, the living source of understanding and compassion, which must be cultivated to be known fully. I go for refuge to Dharma, the path of mindful living, leading to healing, joy, and enlightenment, the way of peace, which must be cultivated to be known fully. I go for refuge to the Sangha, the loving and supportive community of practice, realizing harmony, awareness, and liberation, which must be cultivated to be known fully. I am aware that the 3 jewels are within my heart. I vow to realize them. I vow to understand living beings and their suffering. I vow to cultivate loving kindness and compassion and to practice joy and equanimity. I vow to live simply and sanely, content with few possessions, and to keep my body healthy. I vow to let go of all worry and anxiety in order to be light and free. I am aware that I owe so much to my parents, teachers, friends, and all beings. I vow to be worthy of their trust, to practice wholeheartedly, so that understanding and compassion will flower, and I can help living beings be free from their suffering. May the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha support my efforts.
May the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha support my efforts. May the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha support my efforts.
And now turn your booklets over and we will do our Heart Sutra on page 8. Dharma Prajna Paramita Hridaya Sutra. The Bodhisattva of great compassion from the deep practice of prajna, paramita, perceived the emptiness of all 5 skandhas and delivered all beings from their suffering. O Shariputra, form is no other than emptiness, emptiness no other than form. Form is emptiness, emptiness form. The same is true of feeling, thought, impulse, and consciousness. O Shariputra, all dharmas are empty. They are not born nor annihilated. They are not defiled nor immaculate. They do not increase nor decrease. So in emptiness, no form, no feeling, no thought, no impulse, no consciousness. No eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind. No form, sound, smell, taste, touch, or objects of mind. No realm of sight. No realm of consciousness. No ignorance, nor extinction of ignorance. No old age and death, nor extinction of them. No suffering, no cause of suffering, no cease from suffering, no path to lead out of suffering, no knowledge, no attainment, no realization, for there is nothing to attain. The Bodhisattva holds on to nothing but prajna, paramita. Therefore the mind is clear of any delusive hindrance. Without hindrance there is no fear. Away from all perverted views, one reaches final nirvana. All Buddhas of past, present, and future, through faith in prajna, paramita, attain to the highest perfect enlightenment. Know then the prajna, paramita, is the great Dharma, the radiant, fearless mantra, the utmost supreme mantra, which is capable of allaying all pain. This is true beyond all doubt. Proclaim now the highest wisdom, the prajna, paramita. Gate, gate, paragate, parasamgate, bodhisattva.
Gate, Paragate, Parasamgate, Bodhisattva. Gate, Paragate, Parasamgate, Bodhisattva. Prajna Paramita Hridaya Sutra.
And now please remain standing. We're going to do something different this morning.
I believe it's on page 6.
Yes, please turn to page 10, right?
I'm doing the short version.
Oh, you're doing the short version, which is
On page 6.
on page 6. Shane is our, I forget your Dharma name.
Juan Su.
John Su. I'm not going to say Kanji Su. So, if you don't know, the morning bell chant was done from the beginning of this temple, and also Yabel was chanted. So this morning, I had our friend out in the Onyx out there, and all of a sudden I thought we should do Yabel too, because that morning bell chant is just wonderful. I'm an old guy, so I love nostalgia. So we're going to follow along on page 6, and
Chant along if you feel comfortable. If not, you can just listen. It's in pseudo Korean.
when do they don't chant?
Well, it's the short version. Everyone chants. The
Oh.
other one is a
Okay,
little bit longer.
all right, so we chant the whole thing. Okay.
Chishim Wyamne Samyedo Sasase Jamu Savon Saseki Songamani Shishimuyame Sevi Sam Se Chemun Chale Samju Ilche Otaya Chishimuyame Saving some say Chemin Chale Some Judil Che Dalmaya Chishimuyame Simon Sam Se Chemun Chale Sam Judil Che Sam Jaya
Thank you. Bow. Yeah, please be seated. So, thank you. Shane, I'm not going to get your Dharma name down yet. Sorry. So the Heart Sutra sounded great. That one was greatly led, but few of us knew it. But you satisfied this old guy dipping back into nostalgia, years past. I know a few of you, Kate and David, knew it. So anyway, we're going to do something different today, quite different than what you're used to. We did it once before in the temple. So what I'd like you to do is get ready for meditation in the right posture, spine straight as you can, feet on the floor if you're sitting in a chair, however you can on your cushion. Please separate your hands. Do not have your hands together. Make sure they're totally separate. Because what we're going to do, and keep your eyes open for a while, do not make eye contact with anyone. I want you to embrace the reality that we are in right now. Stone cold reality, you, me, them, they, chair, bricks, painting, statue. It's all separate, folks. This reality, it's all separate. So I want you to sit with that for a while and just embrace the separateness, this reality. I'm not talking about the ultimate reality, just set that aside. The reality you live in every day. Red light, green light, yellow light. So just sit with that. You, me, floor, ceiling, cushion, statue, separate. We bow. Did it feel better putting your hands together? Did you feel a bit alone cultivating that separateness? Okay, that was part one. We are now going to part two. We're gonna pass this out and make a net. And this is going to be interesting because I thought there'd be more people over here. Yeah, we just sit right there in the corner. Yeah. There, all we need is two. So it will. So you hold it. Yeah. And and let it go through your hands. You can keep tugging it. We want it to be loose. So after we get this set up, we're going to tug it so each one of you can be loose. Pull some more. Last time we did this, we had a big ball and we threw it back and forth. That might have been a better idea. Okay, I'll tell you what. Yeah, come on this way. All right, now don't pull any more. I'm going to get this loose.
If you make a ring and you don't grasp.
Okay, all of you. So, yeah, hold your hands like this. You're not holding it. Okay. And let some go. You hold on. You hold on to it. Let this go. Yeah, pass it back and forth. This is good. Maybe it's just not going to be loose. Yeah.
Like a ball.
All right, let's see.
We can always invite the cats next to them.
All right, you know what? Set this down, folks. Set it down. And let's once again try to catch. Okay. Undo it some so you have more loose than what I had. Push it to the ground all the way. Let this person. Okay. Throw it to me.
Dump it just to copy.
Some of you probably know what I'm doing. Throw it to you. Right here. All right, we're getting it down, folks. We're getting it down. Oops. Here you go. All right. Sorry. Unwind it some and throw it back. All right. Just let it fall on. Well, yeah, there you go. Cool. Hand it to the gentleman. I'm sorry, you should have thrown it to you. There we go. We're getting there. Pretty soon. Yeah, that should do it. There we go. So we got it two straight. Double straight. All right. do it like I did. Just pull it down. Yeah, that's right. All right, good job. This talk, you don't know how much time I spent trying to figure out how this would work. And all that time is wasted. She just said, shut up and do it when you get there. So you people at home, we're playing catch with yarn, in case you didn't know. All right, make sure you hold on to it. Make sure you hold on to it. There you go. All right, yeah. All right. So, go like this. All right. We're almost there. You need to be involved in this too. You have to hold it. That person. You're not getting away with it. You can sit right there. I'll bring it to you. Oh. All right, how does it look, folks? Is everybody touching it? We're going to do a meditation again, and I want you to be able to hold it. So maybe, have you got it? I think you not got a hold of part of the neck. All right. All right, everybody's got a hold of it? Well, there is a creation story. Lord Indra created the universe. And what the universe looked like in Lord Indra's world is it was a perfect net, stretching out for everything and contained everything in it, in this net. And each of you is a perfectly polished gem. And in that gem of you, you reflect every other intersection in the net. Okay? You're a perfect gem. And everything that is in the net is reflected in you, is in you. Okay? So, we're going to meditate again, a little bit longer this time, probably, more than the 5 minutes of loneliness you had. So, have this in your hands and your hands together, and that represents the oneness. Left and right was where we were, and now let's bring it together as a whole. And we will begin and end with 3 strikes of the bowl. And we bow. Okay, before we do anything more, would you pass the yarn forward? And if anybody wants a big messed up ball of yarn, you're welcome to it. Did somebody say I'll take it? Yes, okay, cool. So as we're doing this, so a perfectly fashioned gem you are, reflecting everything else in the web. Excuse me 1 minute before I... Hopefully our minds first went to the wonderfulness, the compassion, the love of each of us. But if it's perfectly fashioned and it reflects everything, then it reflects the dark just as much as it does the light. Now, the dark is ultimate illusion, but we certainly live in the dark. Don't care what your politics are, you probably aren't thrilled with the other side. They're in the net, folks. They're in the net. Hitler's in the net. It's all in the net. I was in a halfway house in the early 70s in San Francisco called Delancey Street. And I was the little hippie, and pretty much everybody else were people of color, mostly blacks, African Americans, heroin addicts, and almost all of them were paroled to Delancey Street as a halfway house. And we had a brilliant founder and president. And I remember him saying this, and it just stuck in my mind. Anything that one human being does, another human being is capable of, given the circumstances and conditions. You might have trouble swallowing that. But anyway, not to dwell too much on that, but you know, this gem reflects everything. So I'd love to hear from a few of you what that experience was like. Anybody? And we can take the mic.
My thoughts are on the first meditation of separateness. And I thought of the old Christian mythology of like God created the heavens and the earth and separated the light and the darkness. And I thought about our common ancestors, the eukaryote single-celled life, when they first evolved their feelers. And for the first time in all of history, we could separate and distinguish space from form. And the very first eyes that developed, and for the first time, we could separate and distinguish between light and dark. I feel like it's all been downhill from there.
I'll just share a few thoughts too. I was kind of visualizing the yarn connecting with everything. So every animal, every pig, every cow, every bird, every person alive, every person deceased, every tree, and then it's like, okay, everything's connected. Then even beyond our planet, and then I was thinking about the same kind of reflection of the jewel in the same sense. If I was a jewel reflecting somebody crying, somebody happy, somebody poor, somebody rich, somebody everything, how I would kind of embody and have sympathy and compassion for each one of those various reflections.
I noticed that I enjoyed this exercise, if you will, the most when I could feel the string moving. So, in a way, when there was a disturbance in the net, instead of someone sitting completely at rest and in serenity, like I think we aim for in meditation. I enjoyed it most when there was a disturbance. So.
Well, to tell you the truth, that was one part I forgot, which was once in a while tug on the string. Glad you found that.
I had a hard time with the first part of trying to consider everything being separate.
I wanted to just parrot what Sam said. I had one of the tight strings from the beginning, and yeah, even just a slight movement, I could feel it going on my hand, and it felt cool. It's just like knowing that we were all connected in that moment, physically, with a string.
Hello, everyone. Yeah, I didn't experience loneliness in the first one. Like, my experience was, all right, I'm chairs separate, floors separate, but I'm experiencing the floor. And like, I'm experiencing the floor though. I'm experiencing the chair. I'm experiencing the cars. Like, I recognize the separateness, but I'm experiencing, so I felt one with them. So I was having a hard time. Like, I definitely did not feel alone.
Okay, folks, thank you. If you didn't like any part of because she was the one that she liked it the first time we did it and said, you should do it again. Okay, so we're cares and concerns. Is that the next thing? Joys and concerns. Yeah, cares and concerns, same thing. Joys and concerns. So this is a time when we share with our family, our Sangha members, some joys we've had or some concerns that you'd like to share. So we open that up to the floor.
Thank you. Again, my Dharma name is Jueshin Su. It is hard for me to pronounce too. You can call me Shane. I had a joy yesterday. I had the privilege of joining a retreat with Soka Koji here at the temple, actually. It's really sweet to be able to see the collaboration between the Battle Creek Buddhist Center Monastery and doing events here and working with them and practicing with a whole nother community, but it feels like the same people, and we're all practicing this together. We're a world Sangha, and so that was really nice to practice with them.
And hello, everyone. Yesterday was the was it called Fundo race? It was a bike race, and so I volunteered, and for 3 hours I got to scream "Whoa!" at every single bike rider that went by, and it was physically exhausting, but like it brought so much joy, like just getting out of myself and doing that, and then realizing like people are smiling and people, I love the energy and just this enthusiasm. It was really physically exhausting, but it really spiritually was fulfilling. And that was a great joy. And another joy, I'm going to do this. This is really vulnerable. I yelled at Steve this morning, and we got in a little argument real quick, and it was awesome. And then we came in and hugged. You bring me more joy than anyone else in the program. I'm really grateful for your friendship. I love the hell out of you, Steve.
Hey guys, my name's Sam. So I was reminded by this, is it disrespectful that I keep calling it an exercise, this meditation practice with the string? I was with my two really good friends. We're from up the street at Guiding Light Recovery. And we once did a team building exercise, if you will, where you have 20 guys standing in a line. And if you can imagine, they had to try to balance a tent pole, one of those fiberglass bendable extendable tent poles, all balance it on their fingers and try to lower it to the ground. And of course, I could ask the rhetorical question, sounds easy, right? It wasn't easy at all. It was very, very complicated for such a seemingly simple thing. But this practice that we did today, it reminded me of that. It brought me a lot of joy for a lot of different reasons, both for the program, also for this temple that I found that it's such rare to have a Buddhist, a Sangha here. And I'm grateful for it all. So thank you, everybody.
Well, my joy is to be here. I miss this temple. You guys, this is a one-of-a-kind temple. I haven't seen anything like it anywhere else, and it's home to me. I attended pretty much when it started on Fulton Street. I attended the recovery meetings, and then I was here for the first day of opening of this. I was actually here before when it was all getting put together. So it's just a wonderful space. It's great to see wonderful, friendly faces, and yeah. So yeah, I'll be here till July 7th. So looking forward to all the stuff. If that's it, we'll take a moment of silence to hold these joys. And we bow. Now, announcements. Do I have announcements here? I hope. Announcements. It says it. The announcements don't want to be heard. Come out here. Okay. We have an online meditation group on Wednesdays from 7 to 7:45. You can join on Zoom, and you can contact Kunga for more information. The Avatamsaka Sutra study group has ended, right? Last one was June 13th. Oh, all right. Oh, so through the end of June. So it's from 7 to 9 a.m. at the temple. And you can email Will if you want more information. We have it up here.
Yeah. It's PM, not AM.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And every other week.
Thank you. You need to read this whole thing. Okay. The board meeting is today from 11:30 to 1 in the community room downstairs, and you can join on Google Meets if you're interested in joining. Like I announced before, Reverend Kunga Nima will be being ordained as a teaching monk, and next week, and there will be a potluck and reception. Right. Service at 10 and 11 o'clock is the potluck reception. There's a summer, silent retreat, Saturday, July 27th, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. That was well received the last time it was done, I've heard. So registration ends on July 26th. There are Buddhist-based recovery programs here at the temple on Mondays. Meditation 6:30, 7 o'clock, the meeting. Wednesdays, 6:30, meditation and then a meeting to follow at the Alano Club on College Avenue. And Fridays, 10:05 is meditation, 10:30 is group meeting. Weather permitting, we're meeting at the Garfield Park entrance off of Madison around the playground. And you can always go to zengr.org for more details, or our newsletter. Are there any other announcements? No? Okay. Then we'll do our clothing gathas, which are on, what page are we on? Page 9. Great. For all unskillful actions ever committed by me since of old, on account of my beginningless greed, anger, and ignorance, born of my body, mouth, and thoughts, now I atone for them all. Vast is the robe of compassion, a formless field of benefaction. I wear the Buddhist teachings for the benefit of all sentient beings. All beings, one body, I vow to liberate. Endless blind passion, I vow to uproot. Dharma gates without number, I vow to penetrate. The great way of Buddha, I vow to attain. And now we split the room in half and we bow to each other. All right, folks. The meeting starts at 11:30, so we got a half hour to socialize.
One other thing I wanted to say is next week we have a potluck, so if you come next week, in celebration of Kunga's ordination, bring a dish to pass, and if you don't bring anything, there's always plenty of food, so come on and eat. Next week, Sunday.
Good.